Hey everybody, my name is Brett Graves, and today we're going to learn how to program in Python for absolute beginners. A little bit about myself. I'm currently in college, in my junior year actually, for information technology, and I've taken a couple courses in C++ and Visual Basic, which are other programming languages. And then along the way I taught myself Python through books, tutorials, and other of my classmates who know it already. So why should we learn Python? Python's a very powerful, useful tool used in businesses or just, everyday personal use. You can do scripting, you can do web development, data science, game development. The list goes on in front of you that I have on this PowerPoint, and then if you want to know a little bit more about what it can do, or if you have an idea, you can pretty much Google if Python can do it, and it most likely can. Obviously there are limitations, but it's pretty good. It's a very basic, easy to learn for beginners as well. So now most programming languages at their core are pretty similar. So say in a week or throughout these videos that you're watching you don't think you want to learn Python anymore, you want to learn a different language, that's okay, because none of that time is going to be wasted, because they all use a lot of the same concepts. So that knowledge is usually easily transferred with a little bit of tweaking to it, such as syntax or just the way you type out things. But yeah, so if you're kind of on the edge between two programming languages, don't waste your time, just kind of pick one. Go with Python, that's my recommendation, but or go with the other one. But yeah, don't wait, just do it, as Shia LaBeouf would say. So who is this for? For absolute beginners or advanced users who just want to kind of brush up on their skills a little bit. In my case, I'm going to be teaching. I'm going to try teaching, and it's kind of help you situation. You guys are learning and I'm practicing by learning, so I'm strengthening my own skills. This is also going to be a pretty extensive tutorial, so we're going to go over a lot of things that you may not use all the time, but that doesn't make them useless. They're still going to be used, just not as much, but it's still important to learn. So also I want you to be kind of motivated. You gotta want to learn programming or else it's not going to come very naturally. You're going to want to put in the practice and the time to learn it. So that's who this is for. So first we're going to go over how to install it. But to preface that, there are two types of versions of Python. Python 2 and 3. 3 is the newer one that is currently being supported, and new versions and releases are coming out for it. Python 2 is the older one. They've stopped supporting it, and it's used on like legacy systems who haven't yet switched over or just don't plan on switching over at all. But yeah, we're going to use 3. I'm going to show you how to install it through here. We're going to open that up. I've already got it installed, but I'll show you the process. Did that even open it? Let's see, I may have to do this. There we go. Alright, let's not restore that. Alright, so you're going to be on this page. You're going to hit download Python 3.7.0. Now I already got it installed. I'm going to cancel this actually, but it's very important. Whenever the first window pops up at the bottom, there's going to be 2 checklists, and it's going to say add Python whatever version it is to path. You want to click that, check that, and then continue through the installation process, agree to whatever, and yada yada, average stuff. Next, you're going to want to install a text editor. I use Genie. That's what we're going to be using through here. So basically what it is it allows you to run all your programs through that instead of the terminal, which the terminal is this. I'll show you if we open up Python. So you can run a little program through here, and that's your output right there. I printed out hello, which we'll go over in a minute. But that's not very appealing, and I don't know, not everyone uses the terminal. You could do it through a text editor. Oops, sorry about that, knocked my mic stand. Alright, so through Genie you're going to go to this website. I'm going to put these links in the description, by the way, so don't worry about that. When you open up this one, under download, you're going to hit releases, and then depending on your operating system, I'm using Windows, so we're going to hit this one. I've already got installed again, so we don't need that. Excuse me. So pick the ones that you're, pick the one for you. So we're going to close these out and go back to the PowerPoint. Alright, so now we're going to learn about our first program. And the first function we're going to go over is print, which pretty much just outplays or displays whatever you type in between these parentheses right here. Now we're going to open up Genie and show you that process. That's OBS, my recording system. Alright, so when you open up Genie, here's the text editor. So first we're going to go over print. So if you do print, open parentheses, quotation mark, then whatever you want to type. Excuse my typing because it's horrendous, but you know, we're going to get used to that. Then you're going to hit execute up here. And then you're going to name it, let's say, first program. Then I have a folder where you can put it wherever you want. I have this on my desktop for this course. Open that up. Say, also, you're going to want to name it .py. And I'm actually not going to use a space, I'm going to use an underscore. .py is the extension you want to use when you save files. That just means that it's a Python folder and it just needs that. So, alright. So then it's going to print out whatever you want to type. And it comes out in the command prompt, but it's much easier to see colors, and it also, you know, catches errors and stuff like that. It's just much easier to see than typing it in right here on the command line. So yeah. And it's got these neat little colors, so that's pretty. So that was the print function. Next, we're going to, you know, it's very easy. That's your first program. I mean, you're a programmer essentially now. Alright, so now we're going to go over variables. Now, think of variables as containers that hold a value, kind of like math, you know, like x plus y equals whatever, equals what? If x equals 5 and then y equals 10, that's going to be 15. Variables can hold many different types, but right now we're going to focus on just letters and stuff like that. So say at first, so we're going to go over this example in Genie, so I'm going to clear that out. So we're going to have a variable, we're going to name it message. Now the message is going to contain, which means equal to, so we're going to set it equal to whatever you want to type, which is the example we just did. So now we're going to print and open parentheses the message. So we're going to actually print out the variable that we just set is equal to this. So when we run this, it's going to give us the same kind of output. So yeah, that's a variable. Pretty simple, right? We're picking up the pace. So yeah, those are variables, and you know, there's a lot more to it than that eventually, but right now. So when you name variables, it's very important that you go by a set of these rules, which I have listed right here. Variables can only consist of letters, numbers, and underscores. They can start with a letter but not with a number, like variable 1, not one variable. And you cannot include spaces, so we use underscores instead, variable underscore 1. There are some names you cannot give a variable because they are already named in, or they're already names that Python has reserved. So we couldn't have a variable named print because print already does something and it's already a name. It would confuse the program kind of in a way. So you want to avoid those kind of words. We'll go over them later. There's no way to knowing all. I don't even think I know all of them. I definitely don't know all of them. And then also you kind of want to keep them short and sweet. So you know, var1 instead of the whole variable one, or just a v. You can do like one character things if you're doing programs for yourself, but if they're big programs, you want other programs or strangers just to other programmers or strangers to identify what the variable represents. So yes. Alright, and now we're going to go over one of the data types, and that is a string, which is what we've been using right now. Python has many data types. We'll go over that later. Let's see. Strings are essentially a collection of characters between quotation marks, just like in our first program. So a string is just it's a collection, as it just said, collection of characters, pretty much. That means spaces, special characters, numbers, letters, stuff like that. All right. And these are some of the ways we can manipulate strings. So I'm actually going to open this up in Genie right now. So say we have a message and we set it equal to my name, Brett Graves, and then we want to print that out. But say we wanted to capitalize both the B and the G in my name. We can simply do that by, well, first of all, printing out the message or the variable, and then a dot title with a open and close parentheses next to it, and then we're going to end the parentheses for the print. So another thing Genie does is it colors this parentheses and this parentheses, so you know which one it belongs to, since there are two right here. It can get a little confusing at times. So when we execute this, instead of what we declared it to, which is all lowercase, it's just going to uppercase the first letter of each word. So that's pretty neat. You can do that for like titles and forms and stuff like that. That forms is a Visual Basic. Sorry about that. You can also use to upper to change all the letters to uppercase, and to lower to change all of them to lowercase. So just real quick, say we did to upper. Now if it does this, it's just telling you what you did wrong. So I misspelled upper. It says attribute error str, which I think means string. Object has no attribution to upper. Oh, sorry, it's not to upper, it's just upper. I'm done. So if you use dot upper, then it makes everything capitalized. Alright, and then we'll do dot lower, but since they're already lowercase, so we're going to do Brett Graves, make them all uppercase, execute, and now it does lowercase. So that's pretty neat, right? Alright, now we're going to go over concatenation, which means to combine or join when you concatenate stuff. So let's say, for example, we had our first name, our last name, and we wanted to combine the two. So we're actually going to do this Genie as well. I just have the PowerPoint to help me keep up with what we're talking about and for you guys to follow along as well. So let's do first name. And here's another kind of strategy, or commonly good, what is the word? Good etiquette, I guess. Is etiquette the right word? I'm not really sure. Anyway, when you name variables that are multiple words, for this example, first name, it's best to have the first word all lowercase and then start the second word. Start the second word with one second. First name. Start the second word with like a capital N, just so you can read it a lot easier. So first name is going to equal Brett. Last name is going to equal Graves. And then we'll say full name equals first name. And then if you want to add or concatenate the others, you're going to hit the plus sign, a plus symbol. And then we're going to add a space in the middle just to separate the two names. And then we're going to add another plus sign, last name. All right, so when we execute that, oh, we didn't print it, sorry. So then now we're going to print full name. So when we print the full name now, it's going to have Brett Graves. So it's going to have first and last name. So that's just a way to kind of like add another way to represent variables and to add two variables into one variable, stuff like that. Concatenation, it's important. So say you wanted to add a tab before or after your text. So if we did print hello and you ran that, it just shows hello on the first space. So say we wanted to add a tab before that, so like a tab is like 5 spaces or something like that, and then hello. So what we would do is in the parentheses, or in the quotations, we're going to do a backslash and a T, which stands for tab. So when we execute that, it's going to have a space before hello. And you can also do a space after, but that's not really going to show because that's all white space anyway after that. So it should be around here, but you just can't see it because there's no text. So we'll add a T there. Well, no, not a T, an H. So yeah, there's a tab there as well. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. And then next, we're going to see how to add text on a new line. So say you wanted, you have a line, so hello world, this is my new program. My name is Brett Graves. It's pretty long, and you probably say you didn't want all of that on one line like it is going to execute right now. So say hello, this is my new program, and then we're going to do a /n for new line, and when we execute that, it's going to create that new line right where the /n is. So /n, my name is Brett Graves. Alright, so some other methods of white space. So say we have, we're going to actually do a variable. So message equals, let's do like a couple spaces here, Brett Graves, a couple spaces more, and that. So print message, and what happens there is there's a bunch of spaces in between. So say we want to get rid of those spaces, and in fact actually at the end of the space we're going to do actually no we're not, sorry. So if you want to print the message, you can also, so say you want to remove the white space on the left of it, so what you're going to do is type L strip with a open and close parentheses. So when it executes that, it's going to remove all that white space on the left side. And similarly, you can do it on the right side, but again, you're not going to see much after that. So if you do rstrip, then again, you're not going to see any of it because there's no text after it. And even if we did do text after it, it would do stuff after that D, which you still won't see. So now if you want to do like both, if you want to strip from both left and right, I believe it's just strip. So yeah, it strips from the left side and the right, but again, you don't see it. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video today. I know it was a bit short, but it was more of an introductory, so we just kind of went over the very, very basics. Next we'll go over a little bit more advanced stuff. But again, thank you for watching. If you like, leave a like or a comment, and subscribe for future updates or future videos. Alright, thanks again. Have a good one.